Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Lena who lived in a quiet farmhouse with her aunt, Auntie M, her uncle, Uncle M, and Rowan. One day, Lena didn't even feel like playing with her dog, Pip. A strange feeling filled her heart, as though something bad was about to happen. Dark clouds gathered in the sky. "The storm is coming, Daisy. We need to get to the basement," Auntie M called out urgently. Then she shouted, "Lena, come here right now. Pip, hurry. We must go downstairs." Lena ran to her room and crawled under the bed to grab Pip. At that very moment, the farmhouse began to shake violently. The wind howled as the house lifted from the ground and started spinning wildly. Lena held on to anything she could while reaching for her dog. She could see nothing but swirling clouds and the open sky. Realizing she was high above the ground, Lena felt dizzy, weak, and exhausted, and soon drifted into sleep. She woke up with a loud crash. The bed bounced, sending her tumbling onto the floor. The house was no longer moving. Sunlight streamed through the window, letting her know she had landed somewhere new. Lena rushed outside and froze in amazement. Bright, colorful fields of flowers stretched endlessly in every direction. Suddenly, tiny people came running toward her. They wore blue clothes, pointed hats with jingling bells, and long beards. When they reached her, a small woman in a white dress stepped forward. "I am the Good Witch of the North," she said warmly. "These are my dwarf companions. Thank you for defeating the Wicked Witch of the East and saving us." Thank you," Lena replied nervously. "But I think you've mistaken me for someone else." The Good Witch pointed to a spot beside the house. On the ground lay a pair of shiny silver shoes attached to two lifeless legs. Lena realized that the house had fallen on the Wicked Witch. "I didn't mean to do it," Lena said softly. "It just happened. What should I do now?" "All you must do," the witch replied, "is accept these silver magic shoes as a gift." Lena removed her old shoes and slipped on the silver ones. "Can you help me get back home?" she asked. "There is only one who can help you, the Wizard of Oz," the witch said. "Follow the yellow brick road and it will lead you to the Emerald City. When you arrive, ask permission to meet the wizard." As soon as she finished speaking, the kind witch disappeared. The dwarfs waved goodbye, and Lena and Pip began their journey. After walking for some time, Lena and her dog grew tired and stopped to rest near a cornfield. In the middle of the field, Lena noticed a scarecrow standing on a post. Curious, she walked up to him. "Hello," she said. "Who are you?" The scarecrow jumped in surprise, then explained, "I don't know much of anything. My head is full of hay. Maybe if I go to Emerald City, the wizard will give me a brain." Lena helped the scarecrow down, and together they continued along the yellow brick road. After hours of walking through a dark forest, they noticed something shining ahead. As they moved closer, they discovered a man made entirely of tin. The Tin Man stood frozen in place. "Please help me," he begged. "I've rusted and haven't moved in ages. How can we help?" Lena asked. "My hut is over there," he replied. "Please bring my oil can and oil my joints." Lena did just that, and soon the Tin Man could move again. "Thank you so much," he said gratefully. "What brings you here?" Lena explained their journey once more. "Do you think," the Tin Man asked hopefully, "the wizard could give me a heart?" And so the Tin Man joined them as they continued down the yellow brick road. The forest grew darker as they walked. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the trees, and a lion leapt out in front of them. But when Pip barked, the lion stepped back, trembling. "How can a big lion like you be afraid of a tiny dog?" Lena asked gently. I know, the lion admitted sadly. I'm a coward. Even the smallest noise scares me. Don't worry, Lena said kindly. We're going to see the Wizard of Oz. We're all asking for something. Maybe he can give you courage. The lion wiped his face and gladly decided to join them on their journey to the Emerald City. After walking a little farther, the Scarecrow pointed to a soft green glow shining in the sky. Look, he said. The Emerald City is close. A few hours later, they finally reached the city gates. We've come to see the Wizard of Oz, they announced. To enter the palace, they were given large green glasses, as the brightness of the city could blind them. The buildings, streets, and even the people's clothing were all green. Everything in the Emerald City sparkled and shone. At last, they reached the palace to meet the wizard. Lena stepped inside first. The girl stepped into the throne room nervously and gasped when she saw a giant floating head hovering above the throne. I am the mighty and terrifying Oz. The voice boomed. Who are you? Why have you come before me? And where did you get those silver shoes? My name is Lena, she said softly. I came to ask for help. Lena told the great wizard her entire story. After listening, Oz spoke again. I will help you, he said, but only if you defeat the Wicked Witch of the West. Heartbroken, Lena returned to her friends in tears and told them what the wizard had demanded. He won't let me go home unless I defeat her, she cried. Without hesitation, they decided to face the Wicked Witch together. Early the next morning, they left the Emerald City and began their journey toward the witch's dark castle. The Wicked Witch of the West had only one eye, but it could see across great distances. When she spotted Lena and her friends approaching, she summoned her giant bees. The buzzing grew louder as the bees flew toward them. There was no escape, Scarecrow, Lena shouted. Cover us with your straw so the bees can't sting us. The Scarecrow shielded Lena, Pip, and the lion, while the bees attacked the Tin Man. Their stingers snapped against his metal body, and they fell helplessly to the ground. Angry, the witch sent her flying monkeys next. They swooped down fiercely. One grabbed the Scarecrow and hurled him into a tree. Another picked up the Tin Man and threw him over a cliff. The lion was tied up and taken away to the Wicked Witch. The monkeys then turned to Lena, but when they saw the silver shoes on her feet, they dared not harm her. Instead, they carried her straight to the witch's castle. When the Wicked Witch saw the silver shoes, she panicked. She knew their power, even though Lena did not. Give me those shoes, the witch demanded. No, Lena said firmly. I won't give them to you. I said, give them to me. The witch screamed. In the struggle, Lena accidentally splashed water onto the witch. How did you know water is the only thing that can destroy me? The witch shrieked. I'm so sorry, Lena cried. With a final scream, the Wicked Witch melted away, leaving behind only her clothes. Lena quickly freed the lion. Together, they rescued the Scarecrow and the Tin Man. Once reunited, they returned to the Emerald City and told everyone that the Wicked Witch had been defeated. They then asked to see the wizard again. The mighty wizard welcomed them back. As they entered the throne room once more, the booming voice echoed, I am the great Wizard of Oz. Why do you seek me? Suddenly, Pip barked and ran behind a large curtain in the corner. Behind it stood a small, bald man, holding a strange device that looked like a horn. Who are you? Lena asked. I am the Wizard of Oz, the man admitted. But how? They asked in disbelief. The man explained that he had once been a circus performer who traveled in a hot air balloon. One day, strong winds carried him to this land. The people believed he was a magical wizard from the sky and made him their ruler. He accepted the role, even though he had no real magic. What about your promises? Lena asked. The wizard smiled kindly. Turning to the Tin Man, he handed him a soft, stuffed heart. The Tin Man felt joy fill his chest. Next, the wizard opened the Scarecrow's head, placed grain inside, and stitched it closed. Then he poured a golden potion into a bowl and gave it to the lion. "Drink this," he said. "It will give you courage." The lion drank it and instantly stood taller, roaring proudly like the true king of the jungle. The wizard smiled. He had not truly given them anything. What they sought had been inside them all along. Finally he turned to Lena. "You already had the way home," he said. "Tap your silver shoes 3 times and you can go wherever you wish." "So I could have gone home all this time," Lena whispered. She hugged her friends tightly and said goodbye to each of them. Holding Pip close, Lena tapped her silver shoes 3 times and wished to return home. In an instant, she found herself sitting in the farmhouse yard. Excited, she looked up and saw her aunt and uncle running toward her. Smiling with relief, Lena said softly, "We're home.